Key point 1. Genuine love has no conditions. What does children's language mean to you? Are you thinking about the gibberish toddlers use to communicate their needs? Or the slang teenagers drop during dinner? Love language is a means to express your love to a different person. Usually, an individual prioritizes one love language over another. For example, some kids require physical touch, while others appreciate quality time with their parents. Moreover, a child's negative behavior often comes from a lack of expressed love. Hence, if your kid has problems at school or throws tantrums, ask yourself which needs are unmet. Parental love must always be unconditional. Unfortunately, some parents praise their kids only when they achieve something or behave as demanded. Conditionality puts a child on edge. They fear making a mistake because it may disappoint their parents. Parental love must be given, not earned. Raising a child while managing a household and juggling personal and financial stability may be challenging. Many parents struggle to provide their children with food, shelter, and education. Nonetheless, kids also require emotional safety. Unconditional love is the only way to give it. Children who don't feel loved enough in their early years will seek love for the rest of their lives. Unconditional love is not spoiling. The opposite is closing your eyes to inappropriate behavior or catering to the child's every demand. Speaking their love language ensures meeting a child's emotional needs, so they'll feel cherished throughout their childhood. It provides them safety, high self-esteem, and self-worth for the rest of their lives. Follow through to learn the 5 love languages of your child to raise a happy, confident, and loving adult and enjoy your parenting experience to the fullest. Key point 2. Real love is the one that acts. People always require proof of their affection. Many women need their partners to give them flowers or gifts, while some men perceive physical touch or praise as evidence of their partner's feelings. Parent-child relationships are even more complicated. Kids require constant care and attention, and can express little understanding and compassion when their needs are neglected. Love is like air. It must reveal itself for you to feel it. Each love language demonstrates your unconditional love and care, but most prioritize only one: physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. All people are different and require a love language to fit their character and needs. Therefore, if you have 2 or more children, they may all have different ways of receiving affection. One may require gifts, while another needs quality time. Moreover, children may alter their primary love language at each level of development. Toddlers demand more physical touch than teenagers. The latter will push your boundaries and rebel against your rules. However, the need for unconditional love remains steadfast regardless of your child's age. Determining the primary love language of your child is simple when you pay attention to how they express their love. For example, they may probably choose gifts as their love proof if they give presents to their friends and classmates. Furthermore, children give you hints in their most frequent requests, like playing or going for a walk together or playing piggyback and holding hands. You can collect similar tips in their complaints because they feel hurt and blame you when their needs go unmet. When you know someone loves you, you are pleased, but when you feel it, you are happy. Finally, remember that children can recognize your emotions even better than you can. They feel when their parents are angry, sad, or joyful. Be careful not to burden them with the negativity you bring from work, because they are susceptible to your state and may feel partially responsible. So learn to manage your emotions before communicating with your children to give them the best love and care they deserve. Did you know? According to a Financial Samurai article, university-educated American moms spend 120 minutes daily with their kids, while dads spend 85 minutes a day on average. Key point 3. Touch is the fastest and easiest way to demonstrate your love. Many parents love to tickle or kiss their children. Nonetheless, few realize how crucial it is for a child. Most toddlers throw tantrums only because they need their parents to soothe them. Even older children require hugs when they feel stressed or need support. This love language is vital for some kids. They cannot feel love unless their parents constantly demonstrate their affection through touching. These children will suffer if their parents are not so touchy types. Some people give physical contact only when necessary, like changing their child's clothes or holding hands while crossing the street. It grows even worse when parents use touch as a punishment, like hitting or slapping a child. Such an experience will be highly traumatic to children who prioritize physical contact over other love languages. For most mothers and many fathers, hugging and carrying an infant is intuitive and natural. However, the modern world is hectic. Many give their children to daycare or hire a nanny. Sometimes parents turn hugs and kisses into a privilege their children can earn with good deeds, which makes this love conditional. Physical touch lets children know you love and notice them even when you're busy. Some adults who grew up in families with scarce physical closeness struggle to hold their child's hand. Many believe excessive touching and cuddling can make a boy too feminine or weak. Thus, they give boys less affection, which can cause them to feel betrayed, discriminated against, and isolated. On the other hand, many school-aged boys oppose tender touching, yet they still need it. As a parent, you can opt for wrestling or a high five. This way, you'll satisfy your child's needs without crossing boundaries. Here are some tips you can start with to enhance this love language in your family. Hug and kiss your child every day before and after school. Give more attention and care when your child feels low or has a stressful day at school. Play active games that involve physical contact, like basketball, catch, or wrestling. Enjoy a book or movie together, cozied up under a blanket. Did you know? In the 13th century, the German king Frederick II conducted an experiment proving that babies could die without physical contact. Therefore, hugs, cuddling, and kisses are human needs, not privileges. Key point 4. Words are a powerful tool if you use them right. Saying "I love you" is not the only way to express feelings. Sometimes this phrase loses meaning when parents add "but" or create a conditional sentence. For example, "I love you, Nick, but I'm upset with you because you didn't throw the trash out." Here, it is more about a child's unfulfilled duties than love. Unconditional love doesn't require amendments or changes. Upbringing does. Everyone likes to hear nice words, but for some children, words of affirmation are a critical part of their happiness and development. On the other hand, the exact words can sound hypocritical or inappropriate, and thus will not affect a child. Therefore, you must learn different ways of expressing your feelings. Words of affection. You can tell your child things you like about them or express gratitude that they're a part of your family. For example, say, "I'm so happy you're my daughter." Praise. You can compliment your child on doing a task or achieving something to highlight their attitude or efforts. For example, "Wow, that dance was amazing. You really nailed it." Be careful not to use these words too often or without apparent reason. Otherwise, your child might perceive them as insincere. A positive message delivered in a negative manner will always reap negative results. Gary Chapman and Campbell. Encouragement. Parental support is vital for a child's school performance and overall success. On the other hand, raising your voice and using demanding statements like "do your homework now" will hurt your child. In the future, these devastating words can transform into traumas and sabotage their success. Guidance. Children stop listening when your speech includes too many no's or don'ts. Excessive negative statements limit your child's freedom and self-perception. Repeating "don't do this," "no more candy," or "I told you, no TV before dinner" will have adverse effects. Your child can rebel against your choices and do what you banned. Thus, strive to make positive statements and express upbeat emotions rather than condemn or prohibit something. Here are some tips if your child's primary love language is words. Put notes with kind and loving words in your child's lunchbox before school. Notice and encourage their good traits and attitude. Appreciate their help and praise their efforts no matter what the results. And save or frame their drawings, evaluation marks, or contest photos. Key point 5. Measure your love by the time you spend with your children. Some children require quality time as critical evidence of parental love. However, busy schedules, financial issues, and stressful environments prevent parents from contributing their undivided attention. Some find it dull to play with a toddler and sit on the bench while their child plays alone in the sand or on the swing. Don't let a phone steal your precious time with your child. Quality time is the moments you share with your child no matter where you are or what you do. Hence, be open to listening to them and giving them all your attention. Even if you bake cookies or ride bikes together, you must be careful not to miss anything significant. That is an opportunity for them to open up and express their deepest worries, fears, or joys. In the long run, much of what seems so pressing right now won't even matter. What you do with your children will matter forever. Gary Chapman and Campbell. Consider these tips for spending more quality time with your child, even if you have a hectic working life. Dine or have breakfast together. You can discuss the previous day's events and plan future activities. Read and discuss a book with younger kids before sleep. Many toddlers use this time to hug and bond with their parents. Analyzing the emotions and behavior of characters from the book will help them associate and understand their feelings better. It will be a game changer in the future, as it's critical to understand your emotions. If you have multiple children, spend one-on-one time with each of them. Girls may require more time with their mothers during their teenage years, while boys may want to bond more with their fathers. Keep eye contact when your child tells you something important. Most look into their children's eyes only when they scold or reprimand them. Therefore, ensure you do it when they share a sensitive topic. Quality time is an opportunity to slow down and enjoy the moment in this busy run-or-lose world. A one-day trip may feel like a whole vacation to a child if you give them all your attention on that day. It means you play, talk, teach, guide, and encourage your child at every step. Laugh and enjoy the moment. Key point 6. The pitfalls of trying to buy your child's affection. All people like gifts, but only some see them as love. Moreover, presents can sometimes be inappropriate, primarily if people use them as a bribe or payment for a service. For example, a parent can promise to buy their child a toy if they behave appropriately. The situation can grow complicated when parents are busy or divorced. They use this love language to replace the others because they have no time to play or have no interest in talking to their child. A parent who doesn't live with their child may use presents to get back at their ex-partner. Children will appreciate the expensive toys or trips. Yet, it can lead to a considerable imbalance in the parent-child relationship. Furthermore, the child will eventually grow up and understand that their parents tricked them and manipulated their feelings. Valuable gifts must reflect your love, not your financial status. Regarding gifts, parents and extended family must choose a helpful toy. You can also take your child to the store with you. The older they become, the more say they want to have in every area of their life. Your child will appreciate things you give value to. Giving is not always about material stuff. Your child can become materialistic if you give them only expensive things instead of meeting their emotional needs. Therefore, you must find creative ways to speak this love language, but not spoil your child. Here are some of the most effective techniques. Make every gift unique, even if you buy socks or a notebook for your child. For example, you can wrap it in bright and beautiful paper and put a bow on it. You can also make excited voices and cheers when they open it. Such an attitude will make every present memorable. Send your child a present when you're on a business trip. Present your kids with coupons for an extra dessert, an additional hour with you, a trip to the city or cafe, or anything they love. Create a treasure hunt for their birthday. It will turn any gift giving into an exciting adventure. Buy toys or things you can use to play together, like a computer game or a bicycle. It'll be a great tool to make memories together. Key point 7. Children follow the role model, not the rules. Acts of service prove love in many cultures and nationalities. Serving loved ones is just as important as helping people in need. You aid your children by making their bed, preparing dinner, or helping with their homework. Even minor acts of service are valuable when it is your child's primary love language. Sometimes routine devalues the significance of your help, leading you to grumble about your responsibilities. As a result, you force your children to do things on their own because they must become independent. This way, you meet your child's physical needs but give no love. Children appreciate everything you do for them when they grow older. Little kids cannot assess how hard it is to contribute your time to another person, to cook, clean, help, and stay positive. It sounds impossible for many people, yet this attitude leaves you emotionally available for your child and lets them know you do it all for them and are happy about it. Parenting is a lifelong service. You can go the extra mile when your child is sick or goes through something challenging. Nonetheless, you must balance because excessive gifts and acts of service can become a foundation for manipulation. Therefore, your help must be age appropriate. For example, you can assist your toddler in collecting their toys, but you mustn't do it for a teenager. After all, your ultimate goal is to teach them to be self-sufficient. Of course, serving children doesn't mean you must neglect your own needs. Successful parenting means children and parents are happy. So you can delegate some of the age-appropriate tasks to your kids to make more time for your self-care. Service is a great teacher. It makes your kids notice and appreciate what you do for them. Finally, children need you as their backup. You must prove you are always there for them. Here are some tips you can follow. Involve your child in charity and show them how to help people in need with your example. Thus, serving others will be a part of their lives even when they grow up. Avoid refusing your children's pleas for help. In many cases, they will manage independently, but when they ask for help, they require your love and attention. Assist your child in training and preparing for exams or tests. Offer your kids to do one of their favorite activities together. Conclusion. Raising a child is challenging, but educating a happy and emotionally satisfied kid is even more complicated. All people have needs they want others to meet. For example, you go to a restaurant expecting a server to bring your food on time, or you go to college to study, so you want your teachers to answer your questions and broaden your knowledge. Children also have physical and psychological needs their parents must meet, and their most tremendous demand is love. If this requirement is left unattended, children will fight for it with tantrums, inappropriate behavior, attitude, or aggressiveness. Pain from feeling unloved and unwanted pushes children to cry for it through negative means. You can enhance your child's emotional state and behavior when you give them unconditional love, but you must speak their language to make them feel loved. Otherwise, they won't understand your deep affection. Therefore, your daughter may like hugs, but only words of praise and encouragement will mean love for her. Your son may play with the toy you gave him, but he'll feel excited and joyful only during quality time with you. Thus, no matter how strongly you love your child, they won't feel it until you interpret your affection through the language they understand. Try this. Before enhancing one of 5 love languages, you must first understand which one is predominant for your child. 1. Analyze your child's emotional state and behavior. When do they seem the happiest? You can ask your child how they know you love them, or take a test by trying each love language. 2. Boost this love language when possible, but don't overdo it in the first few weeks and then back down. Be consistent. 3. Take small but constant steps daily until they turn into habits.